Good morning, everyone who have joined the call. I would like to introduce the team of Siemens MTSK AP Team. We are responsible for the Asia Pacific business, and I would like to update you on the business as well as how we are working, not from technical point of view, but definitely how we help. And I'd like to introduce the team to the partners as well as the customer, how the business we do. Okay. So can you hear me? Okay. Audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Girish.
Yeah. So the agenda is like this. I planned for a 20-minute slot. I'll just first introduce my team, introduction of the team. Then we'll talk about post-processor, then the demo kits, and machine to OEM relationship, and the last we'll just have a brief introduction how we leverage our team on the post-op side. So this is the agenda. The team introduction. We have the Asia Pacific MTSK team is all about 3 members. So myself is Giri. I'm responsible from the pre-sales organization, and Anil and Tusa, both from the manufacturing business groups, they are working on the Post Configurator, developing the post and develops the post. So I'm responsible for the pre-sales engagement. So the team is called MTSK AP Team. This team is established in the beginning of the 2018. So we have finished almost nearly 1.5 years, more than 1.5 years in Siemens, and this is located in Pune, based out in Pune in India. So this is all about the team, and we have split it into two. One is pre-sales and the MBZ team together. So the team is like this. Coming to next. What is the objective of the team? Just to brief you, the first point is pre-sales engagement. So what is pre-sales engagement? So we try to support the post-processor development as well as support as a part of pre-sales activity. Whenever there is an engagement with a customer, the partner goes to a customer place. If there is any support required on the post-processor side, our team help to make it a success. That was the objective of the team. Then the second point is enablement. We do some training program, workshop for the partner in the Asia Pacific region, particularly in each country, and train the partner to enable on the post and kit development on Post Configurator only. The third point is MTOEM Relationship. We work with machine tool OEM companies by supplying them the machine kit because we feel if we work with machine tool OEM very closely, definitely to help our solution proven and post-processor testing on the machine. That gives confidence when you go to the field and test it. And at the end, we have post hub, where we develop whatever the post processor or the kit, what we are doing, developing, we leverage to post hub and sharing the post as well as the kits. So this is overall the objective of the team. Coming to the challenges, what we feel like if we based on our experience on the Asia Pacific market, we feel the correct post processor is the key to the success. So the post processor is a very important tool to win or close a CAM deal. Whenever there is an opportunity or you engage with a customer, we feel like you have a next CAM solution, the CAM solution, everything is good, but without a post processor, you cannot run the machine. And when you are engaged with a customer or anything, so if the customer asks to prove a part, like a proof of concept, to machine something, you need a post processor, because in the CAM solution, we feel you just show everything, then to do the real machine cutting, we feel post processor is very important. So this is an enable tool to close the deal, and we don't have this kind of central database wherever the post processor, so that if somebody has done a post processor at some other country, and if the same machine we feel at different location, and if we have a central library kind of thing in the post processor side, we feel which is faster to respond and deliver quickly, so that we can quickly do some machining. And the last point is the collaboration with our country pre-sales. In each country, we have a pre-sales and the engagement with the partners. There is a little bit of challenges we found. These are the basic challenges. So we are trying to work on this, trying to work closely with the country pre-sales and the partners to make it more success of the post-processor. Okay, so we have a campaign called MTSK Campaign, Machine Tool Campaign. So few partners, all the pre-sales knows about this, but maybe few partner know and few maybe not knowing. Whenever there is an engagement we do with a customer, we have a campaign, so that what is the campaign is all about. So when we have a team in Siemens has invested in MTSK team, so the MTSK team, when you give a campaign, you add to measure, because the campaign is all about here, so it's about revenue measure and as well as the priority. So what the measure, they measure the revenue, and we try to see the opportunity, what is the status of the opportunity, and then prioritize based on the importance, where there is a big order or something like so where to put in prioritize. And the last is like we measure the output, team output, how the team is performing, because it has invested something, so we want to measure the output. So whenever there is an engagement, we do the campaign called MTSK campaign in our this thing. And the challenges what we face, like we found there is lack of awareness in the campaign, so appropriate tagging is required, and in the awareness in the partner side. So this is like a brief overview of our team, how we work. We basically, whenever there is engagement, we ask the partner to do the campaign tagging. So this is all about the team introduction. So come to the post-processor side. So the team, what we are working, I mentioned before also, we talked about post configurator only, because we never worked on, we don't have any experience, or in the past we have different CAM software background, so we don't know post builder. So these are the post configurator posts which are already we have created in post configurator, and it is all tested on the customer machine, or whenever there is engagement, we try to in the Asia Pacific market. So the first one is like one example, Nicholas Korea. This is for an Indian customer. So we have a team, we created the post processor, go there and test it on the machine and get some feedback. Similarly, some these are just proven, you can say proven post processor. So if you come across sometime for this post processor, so I have with me, so you can contact us, and if you tell us the opportunity, and then we are happy to help you. So we have VFW post processor for 3-axis, which is then Majak machine, Okuma, H1 is one. So these are the list of post configurated post currently which has proven post processor we tested. So just to give you one example, like one example is here, we got a customer partner request where we have an angle head machining. It's 3-axis machine, but it's an angle head, and we found like some people, when it comes like angle head, they said, oh, we don't know how to do it. To be honest, we created the simple 3-axis mill post processor, and in the CAM session we created the tool path based on the vector, and it gives you G19 output, and it is a proven post processor. We tested it on the machine, and it worked well. So the angle head here is can indexed at each side. So this is on the right side, you can take it on the left side, you can do the rear side or front side. So this is just one example. I'm saying we created a post processor in post configurator, and we tested on the machine, and it is like we got the feedback that it is absolutely running fine on the machine. This is one example. So coming to the next, this is a little bit complex machine where you see there is a rotary attachment on the attachment on the right hand side, and the head is swiveling. So the head is V-axis, and the rotary axis is along x-axis, which is rotating on the right side, is called a-axis, and there is no synchronization between both the axes. So both axes are independent, because the rotary axis is an attachment where you mounted the part and large size part, and the v-axis of the head. So this is a head end controller, and we managed to create this post and test it on the machine, and we did the successful post processor, and we tested on the machine. So these are few example of the post processor what we have created. So now we come to the demo kits. So when you say demo kits, what's the demo kit is all about? Why? So you must be knowing we have machine tool simulation kits, but why we called demo kits rather than a machine tool simulation kit? I'll just review in detail. So we have created few of the machine tool kit based on the machine manufacturer demo kits. Why you call demo kit? Because sometimes we don't have the real machine CAD model. These are created. The kinematic is defined. We define the kinematic. Sometimes we get from the partner when there is a request or a customer, we have the machine model. But most of the machine model, what you see here, these are not the real machine model. Maybe sometimes we get a customer model, or if not, then we created our own sample based on the kinematic of the machine, and then this is not the real machine model, so we say demo kits rather than the MTSK kit. So these are the list of machine tool what we created. One is Okuma MU 4000V, then Haas VF2, YCM. So different post demo kits we have created. Just to give you in brief about the demo kits, what the demo kits contained other than the machine model and the post processor. What we do also part of demo kits is documentation, where we define our functional specification. So that includes your solution statement, the project in a brief all about, and the G code, M code cycle, all the cycle mapping and the functionality detailed description of the functional document. Then we give one configuration document where you have NX version, what the unit system, what the work transmission, all information. And the third one is acceptance part document. We created a sample part. Based on that, all the operation, what the machine tool description, what is the clamping, what is the tool list, what is the MCS position, all the operation detail with a clear picture to follow the kits. Then making these documents takes a lot of time, spend a lot of time to create rather after creating the machine. And we also create one NC code of the program and then template sheet about all this. So these are documentation part which contains along with the graphics folder as well as the post processor and CSE and the demo documentation part. So when we said graphics model, we mentioned about these are the machine model which are real actual machine model we got from the machine tool companies or the customer who has provided. These are like modified. We take it from our sim library and modified the machine model. Like Lexoren is one example where you would say table BC kinematic as shown in the picture, but we don't have any standard model. So what we try to do, we try to change the CAD model, and based on the kinematic of the model, we try to fit it and try to create our own modified model. Use this as in the demo kits. And these are the machine tool on the right. We have standard. We copied from our sim library and make it, because the kinematic is the same. It will say Mazak Vari I600. It's table AC kinematic. So we don't have a model because the customer, we are in a pre-sales engagement, so we don't get the CAD model. When we have one on the left side, YCM FX380. When there is engagement, we got the CAD model from the customer, and they said this is the CAD model of the machine. You create. So we created the demo kit and given them the along with the post processor, the simulation, everything. So this is all the difference in the graphics. That's the reason we call demo kits. So when we are delivering the demo kits, why the demo kits we created? Because it's for a pre-sales engagement. Because we have not engaged, the customer has not yet purchased our solution. It's still in the process. So they said we created the pre-sales engagement, and the post processor is created in Post Configurator only. And as this is a pre-sales engagement, what we do, we encrypt the post processor what has been created and try to give the TCL is encrypted and then time bombed. It is valid for certain time limit and no post builder post. So this is one example of a demo kit what looks like. So G code simulation is there. We have a sample part. We have the machine model. We created this, and machine simulation is an action. So when there is a requirement for this particular machine, we try to give it for 2 months, 3 months based on the requirement, and then engage and show our capabilities. Like we have a good G-code simulation when you engage with the customer in the computation. So the complete kit gives the customer confidence that yes, NX has capable to do machine code simulation along with the proven something. So the kinematic is very important. That's the reason we call demo kits. Okay. Coming to the machine tool OEM relationship, we work as well as the Asia Pacific. We in the zone we work with each country machine tool relationship. So just to give you a brief, why MTOEM relationship we work. So the benefit we found, like increasing our footprint in the CAM market as well as the leads, because the machine tool companies, when they work with the customer, they supply the machine, they need definitely a CAM solution to cut them apart. So the leads, if coming from the machine tool OEMs, are qualified leads. You don't need to just cut the information. This is the machine, and machine, when there is a recommendation from the machine tool OEM, it has a different weightage. And also when we work together with the machine tool companies, the sales process after the sales, the support is better. And also the joint event, like you can do workshop, seminar, that gives a different credibility when we work as a joint partner. And particularly in the Asia market, what we found as a challenges, each country follow different practices because of the we have cost control challenges. Like if you talk about it, particularly in Asia Pacific market, like Japan, Korea, or China, they locally manage rather than the global alignment with the company. So the Japanese team engaged with locally with their machine tool OEM companies, and they work in a different way. And the way they follow, if you try to do it in other countries like Southeast Asia or India, the process is different. So sometimes we do like more kind of OEM agreement, and some other countries they don't follow, like they follow more on the informal side. So okay, we have a very good relationship with the machine tool salesperson, or there is engagement and they found some solution. So when we say benefit to the machine tool companies, because it's not like we go and ask them we have a solution and they promote our solution. So you have to show the benefit. So we can tell them, yes, we can create a demo kit or machine model use software, so we can create the G-code simulation. So when there is engagement, you can run your tool path, and also you enable their people, the engineer, and then we can jointly work. So the bottom line here is the remark is MTOEM relationship is going to have a greater impact in our sales process. This is the objective of the machine tool. So in Asia Pacific market particularly, in the different countries, like on the left you see some Hyundai, DMG, Moi, Exor, and Haas. This is the machine tool what the Korea team currently working. They have built and working with them very closely, going to the seminar, going and doing some workshop together and get some leads. So this is particularly in the Korea. And then Okuma and DMG Moi in Japan, they have a very good relationship. And in fact, if you know, we have created one Post Configurator post, and Okuma has certified the Postprocessor, and it is, you can say, the proven Postprocessor on their machine. So whenever there's engagement and we got a 5-axis table AC, this particular AMUV series, we can definitely consider this as a proven Postprocessor that is post configurator. So the advantage of machine tool OEM, we can directly access the machine tool and understand the machine. And DMG Mori again in Japan. And on the right, if you see, VFW is a very popular machine in India market. LMW and Mazak and Jyoti, these are, so in particular in India, and the culture different in Japan. It's like Indian machine tool OEM, the partner take care of their activity. They more like work in an informal way rather than a agreement kind of thing. But in particularly in Japan, Siemens directly engaged with the company. So we engaged with Okuma, and we have a very good relationship with them, and then work closely so that we show them, we given them the post processor, we given them train them, and it got benefited to us also. Both were relationship. Yeah. That's it from the machine tool OEM relationship. And the last point, what I mentioned is I talked about post hub at the beginning. So our team has, you see on the left, Siemens MBG team. So this both Anil and Tushar, what they are working, they are also sharing their kits and post processor, what they are doing, and on the post hub, so that we have one part here. See Mechatron MU620. This is a Taiwanese machine, and we created the demo kit for the particular customer. Then we can share the same kit in the post hub, so that you can see on the Siemens MBG team, these are the demo kits what we have uploaded in the post hub. I don't know how many of you are aware about post hub, but post hub is a cloud platform where you can test your test part. So Thomas can talk later, maybe more on the post hub, but I can give you a brief what our team, how they are sharing the information to post hub. So they are sharing the post processor as well as the kits. Yeah, that's it from me. If any question, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Okay. Seems there are no questions to Gary currently. Maybe one remark to the post hub. For the post hub, we planned in the next session that the PM for post hub will just give an introduction in that because it's still in development. So it's accessible for partners, some of the partners, not all currently. In the next webinar session, I will try that Florian Weisse can give us an update to the post hub, and so that every one of you knows what's going on there and for the new version. Okay, so Giri, thanks again. Thanks for this contribution. And,
yeah, I can get a feedback. Like if anyone have a feel like this is a really some information what I said is really helpful to them or not, you can ask after the during the question answer session maybe. So you can proceed for the next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.